Yeah, man. Welcome back, people. Welcome back. Welcome back. Let me see. Welcome back. We're gonna chop it up to the people. Yeah, I know you've seen a lot of information out there in this space, pertaining to whether or not players were at a specific, I would say, at a specific location. So here what? The whole Ravel Morrissey thing, people, I definitely, I couldn't just go up there and make that out. I just want the people to know that there were talks between Ravel Morris's camp and Mount Pleasant. Whether or not the player accept, I'm just giving it to you guys straight, um, on that. As far as that, Norman Campbell he scored for Randers. He scored for Randers FC this weekend in the Danish Super League. So he's a player. He's a player that's playing very well. He's playing very well, um, at the Super League level. That's a very good start in his second game. I think I'm gonna try to get him, or try to watch him when he's gonna play against Copenhagen. I think next week. That should be a big game. That should be a big game, and I want to check out that game as well. So Norman Campbell, people, he didn't take the conventional path where I think he went to a few countries that he probably didn't intend on going to before he made it, um, before he made it, back into a top league. So big up yourself, Jam Up TV. Yeah, so there are some of the titles. Frank Lampard. Somebody contacted me today and said, JT, you think it's a thing that maybe they're looking at a Frank Lampard? Me personally, I'm not a fan of how Frank Lampard coaches. I think he needs a lot more experience. Um, I saw him there at Everton, though he kept them up. I thought that he could have also got them relegated. It's a similar situation. Big up Mindset Media. It's a similar situation like Steven Gerrard. It's a similar situation like Steven Gerrard, where he looked like a good coach, but unfortunately he almost got Aston Villa relegated as well. So I'm not sure whether or not, um, he would be a good match for, the for coaching Jamaica. But who am I? Maybe somebody likes his coaching style. Um, I think his time at Chelsea, I'm not sure. At Everton, it wasn't that great. So I don't think Frank Lampard and those guys are quite ready. And Shamar Nicholson, what's going on with Shamar Nicholson? He he's not playing at the club. He's not. So Eagle Republic. When you hear me talk about these coaches, it's basically just to go deep dive into what people are saying. Who are some of the coaches that I think some people would want, or some people thinks the JFF is getting. Um, so these are obviously, these are the coaches that I hear people talking about. Um, I mean, regular people are saying, "Yo, Frank Lampard for coach Jamaica," and I'm saying, like, I'm not sure Frank Lampard. Big up, Ziza. I'm not sure that Frank Lampard really suits the way how Jamaica wants to play. Hit the like button as soon as you come in, people. I'm just trying to send out the stream to a couple people, like, because me never ever did deal with it. Me never did send out the stream. So I'm just trying to push it out. Big up Donovan Kerr. Yeah, man. So basically, people. So yeah, Norman Campbell, people, is a player where a lot of people wasn't really sure what's gonna happen in the Danish Super League. But I did read an article where they talked about the player's prowesses and why they brought him in. They also talked about their potential, ability to sell him after a few years, isn't it? To send it after a few years. You know what I mean? To sell him after a few years. They wanted him to be a cash in. So what happened to brother Reen a madman, brother? You don't really want Reen coach's side? Come on. Reen would have to get a job somewhere. He would have to, as I said, I think when people hear me come out and talk about those coaches, I think they think that those people are the actual coach. Like when them here we come out and talk about reading them and all these people like they were the coach. Nobody said Reen was the coach, bro. Hope Campbell has an excellent season. Yeah, man. Davian Kerman. I think Campbell is gonna have an amazing season. I think he's gonna have an amazing season. His speed, I think his blistering speed is just gonna be something that really puts him on the map over here. Norman Campbell should have been selected over Dixon, higher level. Well, Norman Campbell, the last time Norman Campbell played for Jamaica was versus Mexico in that World Cup qualifying game. We saw a lot of speed there. We also saw a lot of potential. However, Norman Campbell also showed in that game that he was quite rough around the edges. It's another Cephas type situation, but no, Norman Campbell has gone through the gauntlet, meaning that he has played in maybe unconventional leagues, maybe leagues that not everybody would say, okay, these are the top leagues, these are the top leagues in Europe. Maybe people would want to say that. But however, Norman Campbell, he's in the Danish Super League. And for me, I think after the Super League here, he's either going to Germany or he's going to England because he will be ripe for where he's around 25, 26. I think there he can really get that big move for a couple million. And hopefully they will work with him. And the good thing at Randers FC, those guys are going to work with um, Norman Campbell to get his game to a certain level. They're going to work with him. People, hit the like button on the video as soon as you join. It's Sunday afternoon, and we're just going to chop up all speculations. Nothing, you just have to find out for yourself. As we also, I touched on the Ravel Morris, so we haven't got to that to the Mount Pleasant thing. These are things that people can find out. The deal might not gone through, but if you call someone around Mount Pleasant or something, they're gonna tell you that JT is not far off. That there was either some discussion or a deal went through or a deal didn't go through. You know what I mean? So that's why when I put up a video like that, people are like, JT, whoa, you're gone off the rails now. No, I would have never put that out unless I know something like that was taking place. And I've never said in that video that Ravel Morrison, by the way, is going to Mount Pleasant. I'm saying that Mount Pleasant is always seeking to improve. And since the two parties were having a discussion, it was only right that I let the public know about that. Because I do still think the player needs a club. If he gets a club, it's a new coach. So the new coach will be picking anybody he sees fit, anybody he deems fit to take on the next chapter of Jamaica Reggaeboyz football. Bless up CC's, bless up Owen. I saw Instagram post of Shamar working out. Sparta Moscow kid yet MIA. Yes. MIA. So we so we can basically jump to Shamar Nicholson. We need to talk a little bit here about Shamar Nicholson. Let me know, people, what do you think? He came back of loan there from Sparta Moscow, right? From Claremont. He came back off loan from Claremont, and ever since he came back on loan from Claremont, he hasn't played. He hasn't really played. He hasn't really played. I'm finding I'm finding I'm finding to see what is going on with him. What's going on with him? Is it a thing where Sparta Moscow don't really don't really want the player to be at the club? We don't know if it's a thing where we don't want the player to be at the club. Because I think they loaned him out and he went back on loan. If it was a striker that you really wanted to play, if it's a striker that you really wanted to play, you would have got him in the first team already, unless he would have been injured. So I don't know what's going on. JT, in your opinion, who do you think wants to play? Because I don't think we want to continue with this low block. Um, Chase the ball for, yeah, bro. That's the thing. Any coach that's coming to coach Jamaica, that's something that we all have to look forward to. look for. We cannot have a coach that comes in and have us chasing the ball. So yeah, we're gonna Shamar Nicholson. He's someone who definitely. I don't know. I keep saying the moment he went down there to Russia, I knew he was at a crossroads. I basically knew he was at a crossroads because they say, as they would say, they mark hard down at them place there, they mark hard down in a Russia them, I tell you, they mark very hard down in a Russia there. So they mark very hard down in a Russia, and that's probably what's affecting Shamar Nicholson. He's down there and he's thinking like, damn, the coach probably just don't rate him. Similar situation like a Tyreek McGee. Similar situation like a Tyreek McGee at Cassiopen in Belgium. That was a similar situation. Flemo moved to Eddie Guna said Flemo moved to UAE club today. All right, which club is that? Boza, let me see. Boza should try League One again. Okay, the coach is the problem. JT, we all know Coley will be no man. Nitro, I can guarantee you that Miguel Coley is not. I shouldn't say guarantee you, but I can definitely say that Miguel Coley is not the coach, bro. Miguel Coley is not the coach. And not that's just what it is right now. So either way, as we're saying, if we get a coach 10% better than Coach Jaime Hagrims, I think Jamaica is in a great position. So yeah, as me say, Kevin Facey, I know a lot of people probably is like, yo, that came out of nowhere. Ravel Morrison, we kind of touched on that. Ravel Morrison been linked to Mount Pleasant. So the club did reach out to Ravel Morrison's team and they had a discussion. And as I said in the video, I don't know if they signed anything and I think it would be too much for Ravel Morrison to basically for them to pay him off. It would be too much for them to pay him off. So for his contract. So ever since he went to DC United there, I think he was still being paid while training, because they had to let him go based on the contract he received. So no, I don't. Mount Pleasant is trying to improve. So be it. As we said, we touched on Norman Campbell scoring. Let me say Norman Campbell is scoring. Let me send this to my co-host. It's a perfect day to have Mark Alon on the stream, people. It's a perfect day to have Mark Alon on the stream. It's a man we can talk the football as well. I bring in my co-host. Let me bring in my co-host right now. Yep. Just have to bring in the co-host. Here's your people. 1 second. He's still getting paid. Oh, is he still getting paid by DC United? That's the thing, I think he still might be getting paid. But Wayne Rooney is no longer there either. Wayne Rooney is no longer there. So, but people, let me know, because Frank Lampard, you think Frank Lampard would be a good fit to coach Jamaica, based on his coaching style? Like, I'm not so sure. I think, as I said, I would like to hear your take on that. I would like to have your take on that. You guys know the kind of ball game that Frank Lampard plays. I'm not a fan of it, but maybe somebody can explain it to me. Maybe somebody said, because when I saw him there at Aston Villa, I thought, no, Frank Lampard is out. When at Everton, when I saw him at Everton, I I thought he could have got that club relegated. To be honest, I thought he could have got that club relegated. Mark Alon, I sent it to your phone, bro. I sent it to WhatsApp. I sent it via WhatsApp. It's a contact with type of clause. Yeah, man, it's different kind of clause and all these things. I just send this to Mark Allen here. So Boza is at the end of scoring goals for us. It's not the yeah, scoring goals. So my wait till let me get Mark Allen. Let Lampard stay where he is. Yeah, bro. I don't think you really want Lampard them becoming the I don't think you want Lampard them becoming the let me send this to Rosie too. I don't think you want it be Lampard them becoming the coach, being an experiment for your country for the first time around. Lampard, I don't want him to be the Jamaica to be the experiment. We need a gutsy coach, a tough coach, because when you look at the U20s, you look at Cuba, they are improving as a football nation. We see Dominic Dom Rep in the U20 in the Olympics. They're competing, they're playing well, and we're not there. So we can't just sit around and think so we always used to beat these teams. So beating these teams is a given. No, we have to make sure that we continue to improve as a country, as a nation, and as a team, because we need that right now. You see what I said? We need that right now. So we want to make sure that we have all bases covered there. When the next coach comes in, the next coach has to have the ability to, even with the Chelsea coach, what's his name, Maresca, or so the Argentine, he, it's a weird situation for Italian. I think he's Italian. Pacino is out. So he's Italian, and even what's going on with Enzo Martina there, you still see the coldness in the coach. He said the guy already apologized. I want the coach saga to be over. Yes, yes, yes. Eddie Guna, thank you for the super chat there, Eddie Guna. And that's it. As I said, the coach will be named between Wednesday and Thursday. The name of the coach will be out, released to the public between Wednesday and Thursday. Midweek, next week, this week coming up, starting tomorrow, Monday. So from Monday to Thursday, so between Wednesday, Thursday, we should know who the coach is. That's where we at now. It's not time to just log on. But did the United States get a coach? Did the United States get a coach? Big up yourself. Yes, Electronics Limited. Devon Kerr says Boza should move to a La Liga. You know that Serie A, I think Serie A would have fit Boza more. For me, I think Serie A would fit Boza more, people. Honestly, I think Serie A would fit a Boza more because of he would have understand the game better than your boy here, Travante Stewart. If Boza went to the Italian league, I promise he would stick. I think Boza should have that marked out on his list. They love big strikers in Italy. And that's why they took a chance on Travante Stewart. Big striker. But he lacked the fundamentals. Shamar Nicholson, through experience, is way ahead fundamentally than a Travante Stewart. Yeah, man. Big up yourself, Mark Allen in the building. Big up
Yeah,
yourself, man.
bro. Yeah, man. Big up, man. It's a pleasure to be here,
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, man. Hearing clear, man. You hearing me, bro?
Yeah. So yeah, man. So I was just on a few topic here, just chopping it up with the people. Some of the speculation out there. Some people saying, would a man like Frank Lampard be a good fit to coach Jamaica? And I'm saying I don't really think so. For me, I don't think it's a good fit. Would
Um, I think, boy, we've looked at a few coaches just the other day, and we have, explicitly said no, especially for Dwight York. I don't think Frank Lampard has more coaching experiences than Dwight York, and we have rejected Dwight York. I mean, when I look at what is happening around Jamaica, bro, we have to do something. We don't want to do something at the expense of, because we're under pressure. And Frank
hit the
Lampard,
like button on the video. And remember, when you guys hit the like button on the video, sorry about that, Mark Allen. Yeah, man,
that's
because
okay.
Mark Allen is in the building, my Sunday co-host. This is perfect. Yeah, this is perfect. We're gonna be topping it up, and we go back to some of these topics just to get Mark Alon take on them as well. But really appreciate everybody who's here. Just hit the like button on the video. We should get this up to 100 people. We have 120 of us in here. Let's get this up to 100. Just tap the like button as it helps to get the show in the algorithm. Just gets it moving, and it gets to notify the people who didn't get the notification that we're actually live. So it's very important. I create content for you and you hit the like button. That's all I ask you to do. You know what I mean? I create content for you and you just hit the like button. That's what we do here and we reason it out and talk. Continue on that, Mark Alon.
Yeah, man. So for me, in terms of connection, Jamaica heavily depend on some of the England-based Jamaican players, and I think that would in of itself attract. Um, so I'm looking at it from both sides. That would attract some of the English base. Lampard would have had experience in the English Prem. He's relatively new, but I think if we really want to do some damage, he may not be ideal, but he can fill a gap.
Yeah, yeah, but we need a fill a gap coach right now. I think Lampard might be eyeing the England job actually, to be honest. I think Lampard will be eyeing the England job. JT, why not stop chat madness about Frank Lampard to Jamaica? Where una go get una in Terry said thing not possible. But me not just you know say Terry a week ago say Ollie Solskjaer to Jamaica. So is Solskjaer a bigger coach for Lampard when it comes on to better coaching? Yes, but Lampard is a bigger name than Ollie. Lampard is, I think, is like the leading goal scorer for England throughout history or something, bro. For Chelsea, I got the most goals for Chelsea. I think somebody we were reading that out. I think Frank Lampard. Who would have believed that? So you know, he
Yeah.
has that kind of statue. But I don't know if you want a player with a big name here, people. But the United States, me the Thierry Henry is linked to the US job as well. But I think it's too
Well,
early, right? In his career.
yeah. I mean, Thierry Henry, he had a stint in Europe. Wasn't bad. By now, I'm hoping that he would have got more experience. And what people don't know is that whereas we don't have the resources in terms of finances to acquire some of the best coaches in the world, I think USA getting a better coach also heightens USA's chances of doing well in the World Cup qualifiers. Well, they're not in the World Cup qualifiers. Sorry, they're automatic in the World Cup rather, because I know they would have gotten automatic spot by virtue of hosting the World Cup, co-hosting the World Cup with Canada and Mexico. Mexico.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they got a free ride basically, but they are in the U20s, right? Olympics. I think
Yeah,
they
yeah.
lost the first game and maybe to France or one of those teams. I think maybe to France. They played a very good opponent though. Had some chances in that game. However, didn't really get to they didn't get it over the line. But it just show how far off we are when it comes on to those teams like the United States who are in the Olympics. We saw a dumb rep drawing their first game with Egypt in the Olympics under 2023s. Unheard of coming out of the Caribbean, and Jamaica is at home.
JT, I think the GFF need to realize that football doesn't play in their head. I think they are some dinosaurs. I mean, I don't want to come here to call a GFF. Who can I not, bro? Who am I going to call? The president from Kasafa or the president from Hanover? Who am I going to call, JT? They need to realize that if we don't put a program, bro, that works, we will. It's like doing the same thing over and over. The
Yeah.
camps are not being held in good timing. Our best players are not being scouted out. How do
And
you
what do you think
expect
about the game the other night? Did you get to the people that game the other night?
the Cuba game?
Yeah.
I watch most of it, bro. But I watched all the games so far. I was really disappointed, bro. Adrian Reed for me, bro. Like when you see him in Jamaica, what I mean, when you see him in Jamaica, bro, the guy looks good against some of the big men. But I realize too that if Adrian Reed is performing well against our big men, it is also suggesting that our big men too are not at the same level. Because when you put Adrian Reed against his age group, against guys who would have been exposed or get better exposure, it shows that there's something about our development that we need to fix it. Because Adrian, I don't know if he's carrying an injury. The guy has a bright potential. He has a bright future ahead of him. But I was very disappointed with how he played in those games. I was really looking forward. I think we could have gotten something from what was that the Costa Rica?
Cuba. Yeah, we could have got something from the Costa Rica
We
game,
could
man.
have gotten something from the country.
We were
We
in
could have gotten
we
some,
were in
bro.
all those games, man. We were in all those games. We were in all those games. We just didn't have. I said, and if John Wall was there, if John Wall was still the coach with the same players from the first round, I think Jamaica competes way better. I think it was just down to not having the coach and the players where the players just couldn't control even the football basic stuff. I think that tournament done more bad than good for those youngsters actually, because I think they'll go down in history as a Jamaica team that never scored a goal in in in
True,
in, in, in the qualifiers, right?
true. I think there were some bright prospects. The young man who got red card in the Costa Rica game.
Who was it?
Um, I think what's his name? I don't remember his name. I would have to look it up. But
Bar-
I think he was rated number 8. If anybody in the comment knows him, he could just put his name so we could identify that young man. He's a very bright prospect.
oh,
Um,
is it Welch?
Welsh did
Welch.
well.
Welch.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Thank you, Nitro 69. Very,
Yeah.
very bright prospect. But JT, I know they would have naturally let go John Wall. When you have um, an administration and per se you and some of the guys fall out, it's like second nature to let go those who would have been a part of that administration, I suppose. So John Wall's sacking was coming. I mean, I couldn't understand why they would have removed John Wall from under 20. And and I think JT, one of these days we may need to dissect that because what is the intention when you remove a guy who have been doing so well?
Who, John Wall?
Yeah, well, I can't understand why did they remove him? What
But
was the intention?
at the end of the day, we saw that there was a lot happening behind the scene that we weren't privy to, when as far as the coach is concerned and John Wall and everybody.
I, I mean, who should we blame? JT, make the poll. Who should we blame for the under 20?
I think it's a combination. Administration, it starts there. Um, I can confirm that our impact will be felt when it comes on to Jamaica will have a better technical director sooner or later. That's something that's gonna be out soon because i- Mr. Dunn, we need somebody to refresh that image, somebody to bring a spark who knows about football and help the youth them develop. Because there's no way we can go to Mexico with a team with 20 something boys who cannot control a ball. That just looks weird in a game. Like what happened?
And the bigger picture too, JT. When we look at it, bro, in in retrospect, rarely we see international teams who are not receiving their under 20, under 17 players. When was the last time a player who has represented at a lower level um, gotten a national call up into with the exception of Adrian Reed, get called up into the senior league? So I'm saying even at the under 20 level, I don't see a prospect I could call right now to say, hey, he's gonna
Yeah,
be a,
what
a
was this
regular
for me,
a
bro?
regular player or even a player off the bench. So we are failing not just the youths, but we are failing also what is there already. When last have we seen for the past two under 20 campaigns we've seen. Have you seen anybody that you'd have called up to the Jamaica national team, JT?
No, no, I haven't seen
But why
anybody.
is that so?
Not
Why
even
can't
like
we?
not even one person. I didn't see like one person that I can say, yo, this person can play. And that's what I was expecting, because that's what you're expecting your under 20 to do, right?
Exactly.
That's
Remember,
what you
footballer lifespan is very short. They don't have a long. They're not golfers. Neither do they drive cars. They have a very short span. And if at under 20, in 2 years' time, there will be some of them will be 21. Footballers most times averagely on average reach their peak at 25 to 26. So if at this stage we're not seeing somebody that we could call up, then what's happening? Somebody said the goalkeeper. Damian Hines, Dexter and Connor from the last U20. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Dexter Hines. Thank you. Dexter was in the team. I don't remember seeing Dexter playing. I remember Connor. You remember seeing Dexter Lembekisa playing for Jamaica under
no,
20?
no, he didn't. He was injured. He talked about that on an interview where he said he decided with his team and his club to go and do the surgery instead of
Mm-hmm.
playing for the U20s at that time.
Okay, well, he didn't play. All of the YouTubers supporting Mr. Speed and the JFF with the quota system. I think that's just I think that was a generalized statement, and I think it's not a true representation.
Who said? Somebody said, "Oh, all the YouTubers support." Okay, no, it's not that I don't support the quota system. I just live with it. It is what it is. I just live with it, and it's part of the system. And I think what we have to look at with the quota system is that we're overseas, bro, and we're seeing Jamaica from a place of not being there. Me have to imagine the people who are actually there with them plan. You know what I mean? The people actually there, they're gonna have a say as well. You know what I mean? Not because we're overseas and we're seeing it at the most international level. The people in Jamaica who are invested in the football is gonna want to have a say.
Peter Mystic is asking, who is the guest?
I just joined JT. Who's the guest? Marcolan. This is Marcolan. People. This is
Yeah, man.
Marcolan. Introduce yourself, Marcolan. Man, the people them know where you're
Yeah,
from.
man. I mean, yeah, man. I was, been around YouTube for a while. Been in the comment section. I've been on JT's show quite recent because I like his perspective on football. And I like how he's not afraid to give his opinion. And that's really a manly trait. I can't do the jelly backbone business. While I don't believe in disrespecting people, but I believe that the right time, the truth must be spoken. I mean, we have to hold, JT, whether he likes it or not, he's not a public figure because he's a YouTuber. So he's
Yeah.
now in a position where people will beam on his influence per se, especially from this perspective of football. Likes it or not, he's not a public figure. Likes it or
Yeah. You're right about that, my boss. You're right about that. Um, no, not on she, but we Veer. Yeah, and another thing, about. So I'm just giving you a quick roundup.
yeah, man.
Veer, Mr. Butler has joined up with Veer. I'm looking forward to that because I'm excited to see if
Me
Mr.
too.
Butler playing some good football. How exciting that would be! Because I know if even Mr. Butler takes Veer to the Caribbean Cup, he wants to win it.
He wants to win and he'll do everything necessary.
Yeah, that's something that you have to give Mr. Butler credit for.
You
If he
must.
goes to a football game, it doesn't matter how big the opponent is. He believes in his boys that they can win it. And if he brings that to Veer and they start playing a different style of football, which is really good and I think Sports Max is gonna pick up more Veer games based on the fact of Not just being there. Watch and see.
Yeah, right. I think that was a good move. I think it's really going to do well for Grand Jamaica locally. Um, I don't know Craig Butler personally, so I really don't have a problem with him. All the things that I do look at is more so is football acumen. So personally, I don't know him, so I think it would put me in a uh, very unbiased place to speak on it. But from a football perspective, that guy's a genius.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering though, with the with the concerns as to why he was never called up into the U20s for Jamaica. I think Rodolph Speed has said something to the effect that he has not presented a coaching license. I'm wondering if that would be a
He's allowed
next.
to coach them. He can coach them outside of he can coach them outside of the coaching hours and so outside of games. And once he goes to games, he's gonna have his two assistants who's gonna be up on the sideline, and he's probably gonna give them instruction. And they have some level of cooperation already from Mona. So I think it should be an easy transition.
Okay, okay, most definitely. Okay, because the guy has a talent. I just sometimes, as I said, I don't want to comment on the drama because I'm not into that. But I just hope that relationally that
Hmm.
it works well with Veer. Because I know sometimes you can have the best idea, but if two can only walk JT if they're in agreement, and sometimes we can have the best sometimes the best ideas on a board don't get voted for. Sadly, that's democracy. But I just hope that while he will do a lot, um, football wise, I just hope administratively and relationally he gets it right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it seems there is a press conference, But what I liked with the press conference, though, I think the individuals from there outlined the deal and the deal structure as the Phoenix will provide management and other, and he made sure he stated clearly the president of Veer that the Phoenix is partnering with a club that has zero liabilities. So he's
Right.
making clear to the world that we are not in debt. We don't owe anybody. This is he's there getting. So we Mr. And them need to actually just follow procedure. But I also think it's a good look, bro. It's a
It
good look.
is.
I see more benefits and
It is
ups than negatives towards this.
most definitely, bro.
Yeah.
And both parties represented themselves well in the press conference. I mean, this is what we want to see: more professionalism. You see those guys. Say what you will about Chris Williams and that guy Owen. That those guys know what they're doing. I think when Chris Williams talk about locals is the way forward, I don't think he really. I mean, I've met Chris Williams personally. Just the other day we've sat down, we've had a chat, and I think he just protecting the interest. The guy, the chairman for the local football, waiting, waiting. He's going to say that. But I don't think deep down he believes that. I mean, he's just protecting his interest.
Yeah, and he's protecting his brother. JT, I'm happy that Craig is in the league with Veer, but he needs to make a decision. Is he going to bring his players from the start? Okay, Sham six minute. That's just some of the things we are. So we just want it to work because if it work, I know we're gonna see better looking football from Veer. If it
Right.
works, I know Craig Butler's marketing power. Like he's good. He's
He's
good
good.
at does. He's good at that. Like nobody can take that away from him. And he sees the vision a lot of time that a lot of
Mhm.
people also sees the vision, but they're not as brave as him to take it on.
Right.
You know, I think even if he doesn't know how he's gonna do it, he's going for it. And as I said, as Shamsik said, I don't know. That's something they have to work out. But again, Craig can bring in his players. The thing is now that the person from Veer needs to know if Craig bring in most of his players and he's selling his players, the president of Veer just needs to make sure that he's getting compensated. The club is getting compensated as well, right?
Right. And I think JT at this stage, bro.
Mm.
I mean, at this stage, you are in the Premier League, which means that you'd have to have some sort of deal and some experience in negotiating, especially in this context that we're now discussing. So I don't see any loopholes. I mean, if you are, I mean, in the Premier League at this level, you should at least know what you're looking forward to. And if you're not benefiting, why? Then why didn't be a part of it? Because we can't just throw away Veer's legacy like it was nothing. Remember,
Yeah.
they fought hard to be where they are today. So I think for me, bro, I believe in collaboration, and unison is a very undaunted force or influence that I don't think not even God Himself would want to go against unison if the intentions are correct, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Nice. JT, I hope the new coach will speak with and etc. with Wall, Grammy, and the data of the players. Um, Butler and his players are now fully registered. No, what I'm saying is, remember, I know if they say you only can have 5 amateur players on the team sheet for each game or something like that. So obviously, if Butler is not going to want his players to be signed to the club, because if your players are playing for their club, right, the club should have some ownership of the player. I don't know how that works. So as long as they work out that, but I think I don't know if his players are gonna go there. I would love for his players to go there though. Some of his players to go there to so we can see Veer playing a different kind of football because Butler is gonna play a high pressing football, a more attacking football, trying to get more
Sean,
because that's exciting. JT, according to reports, Donovan Duki is linked back to Clarendon team in the JPL. Okay.
I think there are two teams in Clarendon, So which one of the Clarendon teams?
Which the other one? Don't be holding?
I I think I think that's where Umberland is from.
Yeah, I think so, right? JT,
Mm-hmm.
CEO of the club of Veer is a lawyer. Yeah, I thought I Golden. Okay. Yeah, I think somebody said that. He's a lawyer and an MP, right? So I'm sure he has all the structures in place to make sure that nothing goes wrong. Nothing goes wrong. Um, as I said, Mark Allen is I don't know if you see Norman Campbell. We want to do a watch along for his next game. Either I'm gonna be at the game or we will do a watch along. He's gonna play against FC Copenhagen. I think it should be a home game for Copenhagen.
Mm-hmm.
Um, oh, you sound like you support it, JT. Yeah, man, I support Craig Butler part of here. Are you kidding me?
We
Like
support football, bro.
we support football. Like O'Neal Williams, I don't know like this man personally. I support that. As I said, Craig is just gonna bring. Craig could basically almost market the league by himself.
Mm-hmm.
That like you have to give him that.
Can't take that
He's
away from him.
that's him. He's gonna market the league by himself, and still think the JFF will run into some ruckus with him at some point because if his players are scoring goals at Veer, he wants him in the national team. So that would be another story. But as for as I said, we can't because that we don't support good football. So I hope that he produced a team down there that scores some really good goals, and we see a level. Because now you have as Zapata at Mobile United, so there's another overseas coach again, um, and maybe try to get the league up. I think the JPL need at least 3 more overseas coach to make it really competitive.
Right.
First responder says JT, you think the JFF is going to delete the database John Wall and Hal Grimsey gave them? I think
Why
that
would
would
they
be.
do that?
Why would they do that though? That's some serious conspiracy right there, so no first responder.
You'll basically be killing yourself.
Yeah, that's like crazy, man. JD Dookie is at Humble Lion, says Sherman Scott. Dookie is at her Humble Lion.
That's
Hit
another
the
personality, coach.
Marcus, first responder, when you touch the like button, make sure everybody put your hands on the like button. Make sure some kind of action is taking place with the like button. That's very important to the show, guys. We already did about 46 minutes. It's a Sunday. We're taking it chill vibes. As I said, I went through a few stories. Norman Campbell scored. Ravel Morrison. As I said, there was discussions with Ravel Morrison and Mount Pleasant. What I'm hearing that the deal is falling apart. It doesn't seem like Ravel Morrison team want to really take the deal on. But if you care enough to verify whether or not I'm telling you what I'm telling you is true, just contact somebody around Mount Pleasant and ask them, was there any discussion with Ravel Morrison? And then you're gonna see that, well, JT didn't just pick this out of thin air. Like you don't just wake up and make that up. Like, you know what I mean? That's just something. If a man make up, Sir Reese Nelson is coming. That's different from saying like Ravel,
Yeah,
Ravel is
yeah.
going to Pleasant or something.
But if he comes, that would be, I think,
I don't think he's.
um,
I don't think he's going.
I don't think so either. But I mean, if he wants to go to World Cup and he doesn't have a club, then
Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, he
I
needs
don't
to
think
get.
he's gonna come though.
Yeah, he's training in. But the good thing, a new coach and who the coach is. This coach knows Ravel very well. But the fact is, Ravel needs to get into a club. I don't know if his contract is his contract up at DC United. It should be up, right? Because Wayne Rooney is out. Sign Ravel to a party deal. Conrad. Yeah, yeah.
Conrad,
Sign
Conrad,
him
I
to a,
can joke in the evening.
but that's not gonna help. He actually needs to play football, bro. That's
Yeah,
not. It's not about even a deal. Like he's training every day, trying to stay in shape. I just still believe that he has a role to play until we get. We just don't have a spark in the middle, bro. Until we find a player, I will stop talking about Ravel Marsa. As when we find a player that gives us a spark in the middle of the park, then
right.
I get, yo, remember, we don't need Ravel. But as of right now, bro, I can't see a spark in the middle of the park. JT, I thought it was more me alone saw Craig Butler single-handedly promote the JPL. Yeah, man. Yes, cause two people here we talk about Mr. Butler, them think we are gonna just be full on biased, even when there's obvious truths there. We just
No.
circle. No, he can do that. Trust me. And he's gonna sell it in a different way, just like he had those tryouts. And then you potentially have more scouts at their games as well,
Mm-hmm.
especially if his boys are there. He could then now save the trips, some of those trips to Europe, and have coach fly
Mm-hmm.
and see his boys in competitive games.
And it's not just a game, JT. It's a game in Jamaica, and it's a Jamaica's Premier League game, which
Yeah,
means that whereas I came to see JT, but if Mark Allen is performing, I cannot not see him. So I think it opened a wide opportunity for a lot of players.
yeah. I think Craig being in the league, even it helps other clubs. It gives other clubs publicity. Is this a joke or something? Doom rush. I don't know, bro. We can't say Craig Butler making maybe Ravel going down to Veer. I think if somebody can pull off the deal would be Craig Butler to
But
get
let
Ravel.
Dunbrush qualify. What is he talking about though? Ca-
It was strange. It was a strange comment from Doombrush. Is it
Yeah.
Doombrush? Doom. Think he's
Doom.
Doombrush.
Oh,
When
Dunbrush.
I
Okay.
call him Doombrush.
No, sorry about that, bro. I thought, sorry, my bad. Doom, yeah. Never meant to disrespect you. Sorry about that.
Doombrush, man. Mm. Ravel coming to Mount Pleasant is not a money thing, more like a World Cup qualifier. Exactly. Team
Exactly.
aggressives. I believe if Ravel and his team don't take up the offer, he must have something better in the pipeline. Exactly. Team aggressive. That's a big statement, bro.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
considered. Oh, um, one Dan Clarendon is the parish of the best player and talent. JT. Yeah, man. We know Clarendon. We know Clarendon give them countryside in at the Costa Cup. Hell,
Yeah,
Clarendon.
man.
Gonna give the Costa Cup hell, bro. When you go to Clarendon, you have to really drop ball.
Mm-hmm.
Knocks them and the Spaldings them and the Manchester. They run up into Clarendon College. You hit a different brick wall, Them youths they are
Mhm.
gonna just come prepared to play their ball game.
Look at RR's comment.
There's our Phoenix now in central Jamaica. Yep. No offense, take a British born yardie, so in easy. No touch me no. Alright, big up yourself,
Yeah, man,
Doombrush.
big
No.
up, man.
Oh, you saying so yo, let me know what go on Doombrush, man. Let me know what go on. We're gonna drop the number in the comment section. I don't know who would you if you know anything about Lampard. Continue, Mark Allen. You
Yeah,
don't know
man.
anything
I see
about Lampard.
one of my guys that heal me up. Jar TMC. Boss know me. Man, I'm a government name, to my brother. I'm a government name.
For you too, right?
Yeah, big up, big up. Yeah, yeah. But I think though, if Robbie Morrison come, I don't see how it would not go well for Jamaica. And I think that would also be Robbie Morrison understanding the culture a little bit more. And it's definitely gonna add a lot of quality to the Jamaica's setup. And I think now Sportmax would want to catch most of those games. And so it is interesting. This year is a very good year for Jamaica's football. And I hope, JT, that this is the start to something greater. And let me also say that whereas these things are happening, I'm not feeling much excited as yet because I believe in grassroots football. I believe because the lifespan of Ravel Morrison is, he's the guy is actually coming to the twilight of his career. What I
Yeah,
want to see is more field being built. What I want to see is more investment in the local coaches. What I want to see is more infrastructure being put in place. Then I can feel happy because I'm looking at the longevity of football. I'm not getting impulsive and getting the win, getting in the rush of things and getting over the moon. We have to do the right thing. We have to start investing in our football if we really want to become dominant.
yeah. We can't just continue sitting around and not.
Yeah.
We can't continue sitting around. Lampard is a lot of people don't really rate Lampard as much as some people would think.
In terms of his coaching style or him personally, because we have to dissect the two in a JT. You don't rate him because you don't rate him or you don't rate him because you don't think he's a good coach. What
No,
what what are they?
I think I put him and man like him and Stevie Gerrard them in the same league. Like, they are the kind of coaches where you don't really know what you're gonna get from them. They
Right.
still a bit inexperienced. You know what I mean? They're still a bit inexperienced, so they tend to just they tend to just like how Stevie Gerrard did at Aston Villa. They just didn't look certain, like they know what they were doing. You felt like every week it was up and down with the team that they were coaching. It happened at Chelsea as well. So I just can't see. I couldn't see a Frank Lampard coaching Jamaica. So be on the topic, JT. If they take him winning, his coaching is no good, says Doom. Okay. Yeah, man. So people, I just dropped the number in the comment section where anybody wants to call in. Feel free to call in the number. So we have the lines open if you want to call in and just give your take on the on the coach. The phone lines are open, definitely. What do
I
you
see
think of?
somebody said
Go ahead.
Rennie Simons for the technical director and Megan Coley for head coach. Ah, I don't know how I feel about that.
No. I don't think Miguel Cole probably wants to come back and be an assistant, right? Right now.
No, no. I mean that's an emotion, guys. And I think
All right.
what he
Let
has.
me take the first caller, Mark Alonso,
Yeah.
and then we talk about. All right. Go ahead, caller. Go ahead, my boss. Caller. You're live.
Yeah, JT.
Yeah, bless you.
Right I know, right I know, me not interested. I'm not excited with the league right I know because the most important thing is the development of these players, brother. Getting all these highlight and all these marketing and everything, and you're not developed properly.
Yeah.
You're just gonna get a contract, and within a year or two, you're back in Jamaica.
Yeah. Okay.
So
So what?
all these
Mhm.
marketing where everybody thinks Craig Butler going into the JPL, him alone can single-handed market these players. They are not developed. What are we excited about?
Yeah, that's true. I think it's more or less his players we were more excited about than the players, the other players. Then, you know.
Bro, we got to get some different coaches, brother. These coaches has been in the league coaching players for from ever since, and they can't produce a proper player, brother. All these players, they we are no local players only look good against local players. You see their true level when it comes to club football. When time our local club play foreign clubs, you
Mm,
see the true level when they're going in the national team.
yeah.
You cannot decipher a player that he is good or a coach that he is good when he only in Jamaica playing against local because our league is the lowest in the world.
Okay.
You
Okay.
understand?
So you say that's not a good benchmark to judge him from. I wouldn't
No,
say that our
no.
league is the
That
lowest in the
that and
world.
that is where we keep making the mistakes. That is where we keep making the mistake. We see the captain for the under 20 playing against some underdeveloped big man with no know nothing and things saying good. No, that is not it because the development in Jamaica is dirt poor, bro. We are focusing on the wrong thing over and over, year after year after year. That's why we're not getting nowhere, brother.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay, that's that. You might be right about that. So you're saying that, but you do still though expect the Craig Butler effect to have some, if effect on the league. However, though, right?
Yeah, me agree with that, but what does it gonna profit the player when they are not properly developed? They're gonna get a contract to come back in Jamaica in 2 years.
Well, but when somebody gets you a contract, it's on the onus is on you now as the player to take your career to the next level. They can't. The person who gets you the contract can't actually go there and play for you.
But if the players were not taught the right fundamental and brought up properly by the coaches in Jamaica, how can they do that? Because the coaches in Jamaica problem they don't know how to really groom and grow a good footballer,
Football
brother.
player into
Because
a
they
pro.
don't go to camps, they go to the workshops and these places go meet real coaches. They just listen to each other that been in Jamaica, brother. And Jamaica local league is one of the worst in the world.
Yeah. So what's your solution? How you would have fixed this now? Because
we
because
have,
because so then
my
because
my
yeah,
solution
yeah,
to this is
yeah.
get some young youth we like football, we never learn nothing about football in a Jamaica, send them overseas for 2 3 years, go learn football and come back and start teach the youth them and start build on that. Because you see, if you take the coaches that's already there, send
Mm,
them overseas, when they come back they're gonna somehow resort back to what they've been known for much years. The 3 years worth of learning
mm-hmm.
won't help them too much. But the new youth, them will never learn nothing about football in Jamaica. When you send them overseas, all they will know is what they learned overseas. So that's all they will be able to apply.
Yeah. And so these youngsters now have to just get it right. And you made some great points there. Um, to be honest, it's because when we look at the different age groups, this problem is deep, bro. The problems with these players, this
It
deep.
yes,
It's
it is
deep.
deep, brother,
It's
and
deep.
we don't even have a youth competition where under 12 are play right around the year, under 14 are play right around the year. How the youth them gonna really develop, brother? D Cup and Manning Cup 3 months. What is that? It's just like you're going to high school and you get a curriculum. You do gym for 3 months, and by the next other 3 months, your curriculum change. You're going on to something else. You cannot maintain like that when some youth in a other country they do this for real. They
But
are
but
real
Carlo,
brother. We
but
are
Carlo,
focusing on the
Carlo,
wrong thing, brother. Marketing the league and think Butler coming in the league and can get a big spotlight and all these eyes on the team, brother.
Mm,
That won't help the players if they are still underdeveloped
mm.
and if we still
Yeah,
have
yeah.
coaches that are not educated, brother. The coaches are really hurting the football, bro, because they not teach the kids them the right thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right
Because
about
nobody can tell me say a Jamaican mindset alone really, which might have a part to play because of the culture and way. Because look at a youth like Rhyme Sterling, he's a born
people. Hit the
Jamaican. You
like
think
button
say
on
if
the video,
Rhyme
people.
Sterling,
Hit the like button on the video. We have Marcus Garvey on the phone that spit some Sunday knowledge. Hit the like
you
button
see
on the
if
phone.
Rhyme
Hit the
Sterling
like
was
button,
growing
people.
in Jamaica, you think Rhyme Sterling would have become the Rhyme Sterling that he is today? No, it's the environment, it's the teaching them when go get from a
Yeah,
real
yeah, yeah,
football
yeah,
mind,
yeah.
brother.
That's
You
true.
understand
That's
me?
true. Because the development, the level of the development, here are people who knows where they want the player to actually get to the destination. So they are constantly working with the players to refine them as a tool. While in Jamaica,
Yes,
the
brother.
game is
And the
structured
local coaches,
around
them.
more winning games, no matter what age group you're at, and less and more development on people focusing on honing in on fundamentals and just like being very master in the fundamentals. They kind of skip over fundamentals and move closer to the winning mentality too
And
early.
that is the local coaches, them, that's their biggest fault. Because let me show you something, JT. You see, if a well qualified coach come to Jamaica trying to teach these local coaches, majority 85% of them go say, yo, me not going no. Me not make no white boy tell me if you do not, and them act like they know it and they don't know it.
Let me turn on the next
the
slide.
the local coaches them have a problem with learning, bro. Majority of the local coach have a learning problem.
But Marcus, yeah man, welcome to the show, bro.
Problem, bro.
I think I agree with you, Marcus. Like
So me just come highlight that say getting excited for big promotion with
yeah,
under players is just a recurring cycle that we already have over the years that won't go anywhere. We're just
true.
gonna be embarrassing ourselves, brother.
Yeah,
Every
but to
player
be
who gets a contract out of Jamaica, they are back in Jamaica.
yes, most definitely, Marcus. But at the same time, I
All
believe
right.
that you can. I believe
Hey,
you can be a work in progress and a
we
masterpiece at the same
here.
time.
All right, that's
Yeah,
all right,
yeah,
me
man.
general.
Definitely.
Respect.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
The
man.
call I make some real talk there, some Mark Alan. Call I make some real talk. Go ahead.
Yeah, JT. I believe though that I'm in agreement with some of the things that he would have said, and I think the chat also um, echoes the same sentiment. I believe that you can be a masterpiece and a work in progress at the same time because the work always continues. The work needs to go on. Also, we need to highlight the league. I mean, if it is that we are aiming to be number one in the Caribbean, JT, then we must have good marketing. You know, the league is not just good football or good coaching. It's 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 enveloped with good administrator, good marketing, good fields. So, and if we can fix one by one, 1% every day, 1% every day, then when all the percentages are compounded, then we can develop. But I don't think that Butler's players won't be developed. So I think he was a little generic, and I think he was a little I mean, I can't say that he was biased because that's his opinion. But I think though that we don't. For me, I think sometimes the Jamaican um, community is very harsh. Sometimes I just want to highlight the positives today because this is a good move. It doesn't matter how we want to twist it up and nice it up. Actually a great move, and I
Agree.
think notwithstanding the development that we've been preaching, because we've always been saying the same thing that the caller just echoed just now. But when we see something good happening, we don't want to spoil it by highlighting that which was already obvious.
Yeah, we don't want to do that. Yeah, because it's I don't want to do this to some negative twist and say, hey, wait, this is not gonna work. No, he's gonna Craig. One thing I know, he's gonna want to try to win games, and he's gonna want to be effective. And I like exciting football. He's just gonna make people want to watch the league even more.
Right.
Um, yeah, most people agree with the caller. Conrad Smith says everyone in the era catching us or catch us up already. USA and one is ahead of moving what they call it a little bit. Okay. Yeah. So Jamaica, bro, we
But
would want
were we ahead of US though?
we were never on par with US. One thing I can say, I'm glad we as a nation see that we are not ready as football goes. Omar don't say that says that. And yeah, bro, we that U20 tournament for me makes it seem that Jamaica is actually going in the wrong direction when it comes on to football. To be brutally honest with you, it looks like they're going in the wrong direction. I,
Mhm.
that's the first time. I don't care it was schoolboy or our JPL players. That was the first time I seen Jamaica put out a team with youngsters who cannot control the football. Ever. I've never seen Jamaica put out a team, not even with male or female, that bad with holding ball possession. And we had some bad teams. This is the first time I've seen that where the youth team didn't actually even know if it's either the coach was so bad that he basically disrupt the whole mechanics of the players, or the players are not ready. So here comes somebody has to ask them. Let me take another call here, Markalon.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, caller.
Yeah, good evening to each and everyone on the panel and in the chat. Big up yourself, JT.
Yeah, big up yourself, my boss.
Um, if everyone in the chat who is on the island right now should speak truth, it's only really one confed has stabilized and remained the same. All the other three confeds, Eastern Confed, the Western Confed, and the South Central Confed Federation, the football has regressed drastically, drastically. Clarendon and the West was the breadbasket. The West only have Mobile United. Used to have Wadada, Seba, and all those teams.
Okay.
Violet Kickers, Reno. We used to have half of the team playing for Jamaica. Schoolboy at all levels. Clarendon used to have the best youth program. There was a guy in Clarendon that provide so much players, all those Omar Dalish and all those players.
Where you come
Kemar
from? Where
Daly
you come
came up.
from? You ever used to play ball at Jamaica?
I play up to the confed level. When his team was create a confed, three confed and burst it up because before he used to have 16 team, burst into two in the late 80s, 90s, 16 team in the Premier League,
Yeah.
and he used to have two zones. So he used to have cross zone games.
Okay.
So after a time when he come and he kind of structured the football because I mean, he wasn't that structured.
Yeah, yeah.
And he structured it and used to have the confed and he create major league. And from D1 used to have he cut out the D2. So major league, confed major league and D1. Now if you go to the Eastern Confed right now, which is St. Mary's, St. Anne, St. Thomas and Portland, if you find 40 teams down there, it's a lot. They don't have that anymore. We used to have over 100 odd teams. Used to be more footballs. Used to be better players. Ask anybody from St. Thomas right now. He was in the chat. Portland, St. Mary.
Mhm.
There was better players 20 years ago, like 10 more, a lot more better players. You can barely find a players in these parish right now. Good players who can do something. The football has regressed and people, when you speak like this, people get upset because, the
Yeah.
little feelings are hurt and, oh,
Yeah.
they're going to go in the legal court and maybe cry. But you have to accept reality,
Yeah. Where you calling
you know?
from now?
But in the Georgia here, I just relocated the last 5 years
Oh,
still, but
okay. Okay.
still go every year and bring down balls. And I used to run a team. After I stopped playing, I used to run a team from the St. Mary side. So we know what we are
Okay.
talking about. We love this sport. We are sport brain,
Yeah, yeah,
all sport,
yeah. You're plugged into it. You're plugged
horse
in. You're
race,
plugged into the sport.
all
Okay.
sport. From Michael Schumacher, Paulie the rich girl winning the Derby, Super Stakes. We can any sports.
Okay.
That's why we didn't so bright in school because sports take over our head.
Yeah.
So we know we are.
It's just sports to take
So
over one whole part of hard
yeah, man,
drive.
it can basically full of brain.
Mm.
Full of brain. But we get to learn to read the newspaper because of sport because we didn't. at grade
Yeah,
7,
yeah, yeah.
we were behind, but because of sport, I want to read the newspaper.
Yeah, okay, you need to see.
So,
Yeah, man, we used to love me used to go through some of my auntie them newspaper. We find the sports segment alone. There's a sports segment when first time I get newspaper, I just want to find the sports segment. But Jamaica football,
yes.
West Indies cricket, champs and people, cause you might have all an athlete from your school coming at the papers too. So the paper was a very interesting thing, as you said,
Yeah.
Regine.
Because that time we didn't have a phone. We're talking the 90s,
Yeah,
mid
we didn't
90s.
have a phone,
This,
bro.
the paper was like our windows to the world,
Yeah, we had house
So we
phones,
used to,
but we can't really do anything other than call somebody.
yeah, yeah. You only can receive and make calls with that,
Call it. You can't really do anything. So
So yeah. So anyone, what we can still recover still on JT, but we have to put in the work. We have to put in the work, and
yeah.
I'm a little bit disappointed in Harborview. I'm disappointed in
They were just
Portmore.
here. They were just here in Scandinavia in the Gathia Cup, though, and I think I saw some highlights
Yeah.
of some goals. They did. It seemed like they did well. I'm not sure.
Yes.
Did you know about that?
Mr. Reed, no, I didn't know about this. See, all these things are dormant. They don't put it in the paper. If
No, but it's
they
it
don't
is
put.
more social media, man. People who follow Harborview knows that Harborview was in the
Oh, okay.
Gathia
Yeah,
Cup
yeah, yeah. Well, they have to be a. Yeah, yeah.
in
Okay. We have
Sweden.
to be a follower of Harborview, but yeah.
Or you're following
From
the
Mr. Reed.
people who put out content on Harborview.
Oh, okay.
That's how it
Okay.
works, You have to follow those people.
You see, from Mr. Reed, leave Portmore and go into the Conquer Cup and control the Conquer Cup. 'Cause he's supposed to be the next president. He would be a better president than Mr. Ricketts, Mr. Reed, he was Gen Sec throughout our best years of football and Mr. in captain. But they used to have this thing same like Mr. Speed is doing right now. They used to use the system with the Portmore, but they used to have good players. They used to be good players. What Mr. Speed is doing right now, it's ordinary players. They're saying the Atkinson, those are just ordinary players. Even the Caribbean levels, even at the CFU level, Atkinson and Anderson are just ordinary players. There is no doubt about that. I'm not putting and dissing any players, but they're not even average. They're ordinary players at the CFU level.
I just think
And this,
99% of the league is ordinary players.
yeah, it's no lie. We're not dissing our players.
We're not
We
dissing
love
our
them. We
players.
like to get
It's just
better.
saying, growing up, bro, the talent level in the Jamaica Premier League was just way stronger. Like
Come on, man.
it's just we're still talking about underdeveloped players as well. We're not just
Yeah,
talking about because a man did good. You see me? But no, when we say good, we barely can scratch. We find really good
come on.
good spark right now.
Where's like a Steve Green? You would love to see a Steve Green playing right now. You'd love to see a Malcolm McDonald play right now, a Sean Crawford, a Thomas Grant. You'd love to see these playing in the league right now. And these are not big national players. This was just average player at that time, but you love to see them right now. It's not Kevin Deere. You love to see a Kevin Deere right now, a quality like that in the league. You just scratch your head. We are the players.
Yeah. As somebody, Avi says, John Wall warned us in the interview. He said, if we make another window pass us, it's a wrap for Jamaican football. Yeah, man, we have another chance, the final chance now to get all our programs in line with the world of how football is moving, U20 developments, U17 worldwide, and how they're moving. And if Jamaica don't get moving, I think it's an endless cause.
I think it's pride. The pride. If we're very prideful people, and we don't want to make some adjustment. We feel that our way is the right way, but we don't. In the track and field, we have top 10 coach. We don't have in our football. None of our coaches proven to be even a top 1,000. We don't have a coach locally who have proven to be a top 1,000 coach in the world, but we have a top 10 sprint coach in the both MVP and racers. We have quality coaches, and below them we have quality coaches too in the school system that go to GC faster, get the coaching education, maybe that's what we need to do. The government need to bring over whosoever and have coaches go to GC faster for that. I don't know, but we have to do something. We have to
Mm.
do something. And pride, having this pride and big, fast, and strong, we ain't
No,
seen that,
I
man.
understand.
We ain't
Yeah.
seen nothing like that.
Big
Yeah,
fast and
that's a
strong with
joke.
big fast and strong with no what you call it now. Big fast
Structure, brain,
yeah.
system, it
Yeah,
don't
big
work.
fast and
You just
strong
run it.
is like a car it's like a Ferrari without an engine, you know. Great. The car is the aesthetic looks good, the car, the framework is there, the physicality of the car is there, but the engine with the computer system as well, the mind of the car is not really, the software is not fully
Yeah, the
functioning.
brain of the car need to be reprogrammed. The
Yeah,
brain
yeah,
of the car need to be programmed.
yeah, yeah.
It's misfiring.
It's
It's misfiring
misfiring.
at all levels. None of the engine is connected. It's
Yeah.
not timed properly.
There's not
You
time.
know.
It a skip gear. A skip. The clutch a skip. Yeah,
I
man.
remember this player. I remember this player from our house named Jonathan Williams, a little Johnny. You know, we're not seeing those active, sharp little players in the league anymore. You know, we're not seeing Damian Dottyman Powell. You know, we can call out so many names. We don't have players in the league that excited the league. The league is not
So what
excited.
do you think is what happened? Where was the breakdown?
Uh,
Where was the
uh,
fall off?
uh, it's has to do with it's a part of coaching, and it's a generational thing. The cell phone, distraction, the
Yeah, yeah,
scamming,
yeah. I think cell
the
phone has
dancealism.
cell phone because
Yeah,
when I
you know.
call back, I like some of my family members, I may say, they must say, yo, them a pit, go to do again, man. I just phone
Yeah, you
and
know.
like them video game and
Yeah,
thing. They come from school, them just cock up on them bed and you type or text. And like one time when we outside, brother, we are going to play a ball. As we take off the clothes, we people them and say, oh, no, no, eating a dinner. We want to go play a ball. You see me straight ball and get better. If when I cricket, because we play a ball based on the season. So when enough cricket are going, like we are
run
play
cricket.
cricket, yeah, we are play cricket in the road
Yeah,
and anything there. When a football season, football are going on TV, you see everybody we start play ball from Sunday evening, then it start increase to maybe a Wednesday, a Thursday, and that's how ball game work in Jamaica. I wasn't. But Carla, thanks for calling in. Keep calling her next time. I'm going to give Mark Alan a chance to wrap up. Because we're doing an hour and a
yeah,
half.
man.
Because I have
Yeah,
work
man.
tomorrow in the morning as well. So we catching, all right?
All right,
All
bless,
right, my
bless,
boss.
bless.
Yeah, man. Mark Alan, yeah, we just give you another 5 minutes, piece, and we wrap up this show.
Yeah, man. Most definitely, bro. The caller before and the caller now, they seem to know what they're talking about. JT, we really just want to see the best for Jamaica, and I suppose that even those who are taking an hour and a half out of their Sunday just to come on and to hear what we are talking about, I think even them too, I think they deserve like to see the best of Jamaica like we do because they are they have been the one of the tower of strengths or one of the pillar that Jamaica football team rested on. And I think JFF needs to do a little bit more for their community in the sense of try to find games where at least like, I mean 10% of those who enter maybe get a half price or because I still think that JFF needs to make money so that they can have some money. But overall, bro, development is key. We can never forget that. Number two, JT, that when the players do get the opportunity, they need to hold it. They need to be a little bit more hungry. And I think every youth that comes back to Jamaica, we can't just hypothetically say or assume that it is because they don't good. Sometimes the youth them not strong enough. They don't have the mindset. Them different culture. They don't like the food. They don't like the weather. Sometimes the youth Shamar tell us how hard it was for him on the court. And I think one of the reasons why Shamar is still there, um, over there, because of his mindset. So it's not just being developed, but having the right mentality, having the right mindset that when you do get the opportunity, you hold on to it. Um, we are still hoping that Jamaica make um, a good decision in terms of coaching. We are hoping that the deal with Craig Butler, that it works, that it do well for the local football. And I know that once Craig Butler get an opportunity, because between you and I, he's hurting, he's hungry. And whenever he gets an opportunity, he's talking about what happened when he was blocked by JFF, when he was blocked by Speed. So he wants to prove something, and
Yeah.
I think he loves football. And sometimes how he come across, it rubs the Jamaican people wrong. But I think we should forgive Craig, give him a chance, and then Phoenix Veer has not even kicked a ball yet, so we can't even say that they won't be successful. So let's trust Craig's resume. Let's trust what he has done in the past, and let's hope that we have a good local league where we can go watch some football and just relax.
Okay. All right. Bless up yourself then, Markalan. Thank you everybody for joining us for another good vibes. It was another Sunday. It was another quick show. We didn't want to really draw it out to go 5 hours and 6 hours. As I said, when you see me bring out a coach right now, people, it's just when me hear people talk about. I say, let me hear see what people think about a Frank Lampard. No, not my style of coach. The coach that the Jamaica Football Federation, however, has pinpoint and locked in on. I'm okay with that coach, and I'm just waiting till they release the coach so the fans can get back on board again and we start supporting our team. Up and running Deco 2K. Big up yourself, Chris Smith, Marcus Garvey, Max City, Conrad Smith, Ty Cohn, Avis Williams, Must Win Maxwell. Who else we got in the building here? We skip RR, Sherman Scott. Big up yourself, Cygnus Media. Anywhere in the world, my boss. Everybody in the comment section, Richard Green, DSL Electronics, Sham 6, Avis Williams. Everybody will pass through, man. Richard Green, Zizza them, everybody, the whole nine, the whole squad. Barca, Sean Sullivan, big up yourself, my boss. Doom, is it Doom Brush? Big up yourself. Yeah, man, just try to feel up everybody. Ricardo Myers, One Love. Damian Hines. Yeah, man. Big up yourself. Jaro TMC. Kino. All right. Big up yourself. Everybody will pass through. Until next time, people. Have a blessed Sunday and stay safe out there. Markalan, thank you very much for joining, my boss.
Big up, my bro.
All right.